Hey everybody, it's Garrett over here at Corporate Fitness Works. I'm over here at the Aspiria Fitness Center, and today I'll be teaching a mobility and more formatted class. For today's class, guys, equipment I'm going to be utilizing, first and foremost, going to be these resistance bands. Now I'm going to use this thin, lighter resistance band for one of our mobility movements. And then we're going to use this thicker, more moderate or heavier resistance for some of our stretching. Other than that, we're going to be using this mat. I'll be using a kind of a higher up box, about hip or so tall, if you guys have that available. And then we'll also be using a few sets of weights here. Now those weights can just be more light to moderate in intensity. We'll be pretty much just using those for our core finisher. And then lastly, we'll be using a kettlebell here for a kettlebell weight shift. So just more moderate intensity on the kettlebell if you have that, or you can just use a more moderate intensity dumbbell. And then lastly, just be using a elevated step or some type of stairs, something like that. Anything about 1 foot to 3 feet off the ground will work just as well, as we'll be using that for lateral step downs. So today, guys, like I said, mobility and more. Today's focus, as far as our mobility work goes, is going to be pretty much on the lower body. So we're going to be focusing on increasing range of motion and strengthening the hip, knee, and ankle joints in that lower body. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do I have us doing about 2 to 3 different stretches, exercises, or mobility movements that we will go over today to help strengthen all of those specific joints. All right. So that's kind of just the breakdown of what we're doing as far as our mobility work goes. Following that, that'll be kind of the meat and potatoes of our class today. But following that, we will be doing a little core finisher to kind of wrap everything up, make sure we're keeping everything nice and tight. Have everything stretched out for the rest of our day. So that's what we got, guys. We're going to start off, like I said, we're actually going to start off getting our upper body a little bit stretched out, since we're going to be primarily focused on the lower body. So we're going to start off, guys. First movement we're going to do here, we're actually going to use this thin resistance band that I talked about. If you guys don't happen to have this a resistance band, or you just have dumbbells available to you, you guys can grab a lighter pair, okay, or something applicable to dumbbell resistance band, to where you guys are going to feel a little bit of resistance with a front raise. All right, so we are just going to do a front raise here, okay. Like I said, this should feel nice and light if you're using a band or weights. All right, nothing too crazy. All right, we're just gonna get that front part of the shoulders a little bit warmed up here. So let's see, what do I have us do here? Let's get 2 sets of 10 reps in here, guys. All right, really take your time. Hit that parallel position with your front raises. All right, once you guys get a set of 10 in, you guys can shake out your arms a little bit. Take about 30 seconds off. And we're gonna get another set of 10 in. Shake it out a little bit, like I said, about 15-30 seconds. All right, we're gonna get one more set of 10 in, all right, on these front raises to kind of get these shoulders going, get them activated. Like I said, we're not really gonna be focused on anything upper body specifically during our mobility work, but as always, we wanna make sure we're stretched out, make sure we're having good posture. So we'll get stretched out here with these movements. So let's get another set in here, guys, another set of 10. All right, like I said, get parallel with it. Good tempo up. Good tempo down. All right, nice, guys. All right, next up, you're going to go through a little sequence here to get our shoulders a little bit more activated once again. And we're also going to get our chest a little bit going here, as well as our T-spine, our thoracic spine. So we're going to do a little sequence here, all right? We're going to be in a high plank position, all right? The sequence we're going to be doing is going to be a alternating T-spine rotation, so getting both ways opened up, okay? Making sure we're keeping those feet planted, all right? Open up to that sky both ways, all right? Following that, you're going to get straight into a yoga push-up. So this is just going to be that push-up, and then instead of going straight back up, we're going to shift back into a downward dog, into that downward extension, okay? Once we're in that position, guys, I want you to hold that for about 5 to 6 seconds or so, okay, to really get that deep shoulder extension, all right? Hold that position for about 5, 6 seconds, all right? And then you're just going to keep alternating that out, okay? So T-spine rotation into that yoga push-up with the hold. That's gonna be 1 rep, okay? We're just gonna do 1 set here. I want you to do 1 set, 8 reps, okay? So on these 8 reps, really take your time. Like I said, open up both ways, right? So open up that other side. All right, hit that push up, straight into that shoulder extension, and then we're holding here about 5, 6 seconds. All right, we're just going back to that starting spot. That's 1 rep. Let's get 8 here, guys. Alrighty, guys. Good job there. All right, last thing we're going to do here, as far as integrating more of our upper body to get that warmed up, get it stretched out, is we're going to be doing table twists. Okay. Now this exercise is going to once again get some shoulder extension involved, but it's also, instead of getting more of that anterior chest side, we're going to get more of that back side, get more of the lats involved here. Okay, so starting position, guys, we're going to be in a reverse tabletop. Okay, so kind of that crab walk position. All right, here with this movement, guys, we're going to alternate. All right, I should say we're going to press through our feet, and as we do that, we're going to extend with one shoulder here and reach back to that opposite side as far as we can go here. Okay, as you guys reach back, you'll feel that back getting stretched out. Okay, obviously that down arm, we're getting shoulder extension. Okay, and we're syncing up our glutes simultaneously. Okay, let's alternate these reps out here, guys. Let's go 1 set here, 12 reps. Press through, reach back, hold for about 3 seconds. Good job on that. Next up, we're gonna get into more of our lower body specific stretches and mobility work. Okay, so at this time, guys, we're gonna use this, that thicker, moderate resistance band if you have that accessible to you. Okay, if you don't, you guys can also use kind of just a longer bath towel, all right? So here, guys, we're gonna do that 4-way resistance band stretch, okay? Where we're going to dynamically and statically stretch our hamstrings, our abductors, so the outer glute area, the adductors, that inner groin area, all right? And then we're also going to stretch out our calf, okay? So we're gonna start off, we'll start off on that right side here, guys. All right, you can loop that band right around that ball of the foot, okay? So go right underneath that toe box area, all right? Kind of the bulk part of that front, of the top part of your foot here, okay? Here, guys, keep that leg relatively straight. Let's get about 5 dynamic movements, bringing that leg to that head or neck area. On that 5th movement, hold at that top position. All right, we're gonna hold here for about 30 seconds or so. All right, really try to ease that hamstring, getting it stretched in. All right, hold that top spot here, guys. 30 seconds, getting that hamstring, that back part of the leg engaged, get it stretched out. All right, next up, guys, we're gonna get that adductor, that inner groin area stretched out here. So let's drop that leg to that same side. Once again, get about 5 dynamic movements going up to that head or neck area. All right, on that 5th one, hold that top position. Try to keep that back and that down leg attached to the ground. Don't let either roll over or come up. All right, let's bring that leg across your body here now. All right, getting that abductor stretched out here, that outer part of the leg. All right, once again, guys, get about 5 movements. Bring that leg, keeping it straight to that head or neck area. And then on that 5th one, hold that top position. All right, here, guys, really make sure you're keeping that top part of the back on the ground. Low part of that back should be getting stretched out here as well. Go ahead and sit on up, guys. Let's raise that band just a little bit up on that toe box area. And then last thing we're gonna do here for this first foot, we're gonna get that calf stretched out. All right, so here, guys, make sure you're just wiggling that foot around so you're getting kind of all aspects of that calf stretched out, engaged. All right, we're gonna hold this for another 15, 20 seconds. Now we're just gonna switch feet here, get everything stretched out on this other leg. All right, go ahead, guys, get that band on that other foot here, okay? Around that ball of the foot area. All right, once again, guys, let's get 5 dynamic movements, bringing that leg with a straight leg to that head or neck area. And then on that 5th one, let's hold